what can you do to make the parents see the importance of spending time with those kids? Go ahead, share, enlighten us, Dr. Jamali, on this. Go ahead.
Before that, actually, I have to tell Brother Muhammad, by the way, is a Palestinian, yes, but he born in Chicago, Brother Muhammad, right? You born in Chicago? Ohio. Brother Muhammad, he born in Ohio, not in Palestine.
Oh, he's from where I'm from.
And he's in Florida right now, and he works for the police right now. So, yes, he's Palestinian, yes, but he never born there like me. I born in Gaza Strip with the war and the occupation and this and that. But my mentality, I'm Palestinian, yes, and Muhammad mentality completely are different. You know, he's Palestinian American. I'm also American Palestinian. We are completely different here. So the mentality between me and Sister Layla and my wife, Chinese American, they're completely different. The question is, what Sister Layla?
What can we do to make the parents see that, you know, I know they're working and making money, but the kids, like this kid here, I got 3 or 4 of the kids too with questions similar. They're saying that their parents are always working and leaving them alone. What can we do as ulama? You are one of the ulama to let the people know the importance of finding time to spend at home with our kids.
In fact, I'm dealing this kind of problem actually a lot of parents, and it's actually for the kids. Unfortunately, the majority of the parents, not all the parents, the majority of the parents, number one for them to give money for the kids, for the household, to save money for a house, for the car, for this and that. Especially the kids, especially the kids will go to the public school. They have to imitate the others. Now, when they are imitating the others, then in the end, you're gonna blame yourself. My advice for the parents, my advice with this talk, Dr. Muhammad talk, I learned from him in Florida, and when you speak to the kids, and now I am actually in South Carolina with the Sister Layla, with the Ohio Sister Layla. It's very important, brother. You have to follow up with your kids step by step. I know you have to work, but also there's a time for work and the huge time for your own kids. Otherwise, you're gonna lose your kids by default. And then you're gonna blame the kids. Don't blame the kids. You blame yourself, brother and sister. I blame myself, not my kids.
It's a tough balance. Right. As parents, I know we have to support our kids. We have to pay for everything. Just like I said, this country kind of puts us in a bind. Right. It's geared on pulling people away from their deen. That's what this country is geared for. It's built on pushing people away from their religion. Whether it's Christianity, Islam, Judaism, they don't care. They just want you to stay away from your deen because they know that the closer somebody is to their deen, the less they're going to care about this worldly life. They want you to want the Nikes or the new Jordans or the new this or the new that. And they want you to have to compete with each other to get the best of the best. And it's sad to say that even us Arabs, we do that within our own families. That, you know, oh, my brother has a Lexus. Why do I have to drive this Ford? I want to go get a BMW just so I can be better than him. And we put that on our families and our kids grow up watching that. One of the things that I've kind of told the parents is minimize your outgoing income, outgoing money, right? How much are you spending out when you're going out? You know, what are your basic necessities that you need, and make sure that's covered, right? The basics are covered. I always tell families, especially when I talk to the newlyweds, right? The ones that are about to get married. If you're living below your means, you're going to be happy. Right? Always live below your means. Everybody says, oh, you got to live out your means. You know, just live with what you have. No. Live below your means. Right? Because at the end of the day, you're always building a little nest egg for just in case. Right? And I think what ends up happening is these families, these parents, they're trying to live up to the other people's standards. When they go to the masjid, even when I go to the masjid here for Eid, I see these people, they're getting their cars shiny. Some people rent cars, these fancy cars, just so they can come into the masjid for Eid to show off these fancy cars. And it blows my mind that you would spend that much money just to show people that you think that, to make people think that you're rich or wealthy. You know, live below your means. And you do that for about 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, you're going to start seeing a gradual change of how much you really think that you really need to work, right? If you are spending less, you don't need the Nikes. Go to Walmart and get yourself some, Bobo shoes. They all made from the same company. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've done the research on Under Armour because I like the Under Armour shirts for under my uniforms, and they get the same exact place from Hanes, and yet it drives me crazy because you're paying for the name brand. But and that's what we've been brainwashed to think, right? And a lot of the kids, if you guys know that, if you have a group of kids that are home alone, and you guys are all a bunch of Muslims, and you guys know that you're home alone, do this. Get yourselves on a Zoom call with each other and educate each other. Learn from each other. Not everybody's the same. I can't tell you how to build a car, but maybe, somebody else can, one of your brothers can. But then I can help you with something else, and you guys got to help each other. I think the one thing that what's been happening around the world and against the Muslims, if there's one thing that I've seen in the last 2 months, that the Ummah has been coming stronger. That we've been getting closer to each other. Yeah. We used to fight each other constantly, right? We used to compete with each other. And I would go down the street to the temples, and they would be helping each other. Even though they don't like each other, they would still help each other. Whereas for us, we hate each other, and we still don't want to help each other. But now I've seen in the last 100 days that, alhamdulillah, mashallah, like the Muslim Ummah has been getting so much closer to each other. And honestly, I really, in my heart, I think that the younger generation, the 13, the 10 to 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, that generation, that gap can really kind of just build on this one ummah thing and kind of like make it 10 times better. But there's no reason why anybody should be alone. If you're a Muslim brother or a Muslim sister and you have people that are alone with each other, get a bunch of the guys on a Zoom call or get a bunch of the girls on a Zoom call and kind of hang out in a halal way, like talk to each other, help each other, talk about future goals with each other, right? My brothers and I, every Saturday we go out, we talk about goals. Yeah, we're old, but we still have goals, right? We still set goals in our heads. We want to buy this, we want to do that, we're going to get this together, we're going to go here, we're going to go do Umrah, we want to go do Hajj, we want to go do these things. And we talk about these things every week as a reminder of what our goals are. If you start that right now at a young age, well, no matter what school you guys go to, no matter where you guys go to in the world, you'll still have Zoom wherever you go. You'll still have this wherever you go. So you'll always have a contact that can always help you out through your tough times. You get sad, you get depressed, you should be able to call your Muslim brother and be like, hey man, I'm going through some stuff right now. Okay, but let's go out and grab some coffee. But not as a 13-year-old, but maybe when you're 19 years old or 20 years old. Let's go grab some coffee. Let's talk. Let's see what's going on with you. Hey man, I just lost my job. Hey, you know what, brother? I work at such and such grocery market. I can get you a job, a temporary job or full-time job, whatever you want. Let's hook each other up. Let's help each other out. That's how you build a friendship. That's how you build a bond. A really good Muslim bond is when you guys are helping each other and kind of like wanting each other to progress. And I tell the same thing when I talk to premarital, when I do my premarital thing. If you're getting married and you're just gonna just bum off your husband or you're gonna bum off your wife, and you're not really helping each other out, you're not balancing each other out, you're not bringing each other up, it's not going to work. It won't work. And if you have friends around you that are like that, where they're just not really genuinely happy for you, leave them. Honestly, just leave them, because it's not worth your time to be with somebody who's going to just like, oh, great, I'm so happy for you, and not show that genuinity. And I think that's one thing I've heard a lot from the people I work with, the people I help on the side, is that they've gone through all these therapists, they've gone through all these counselors, they talk to all these people, they talk to all these imams, and they're like, Brother Muhammad, you're the only one that's actually genuine. And I said, look, I'm not trying to help you because I care about you. I'm sorry, I care about my deen. I'm trying to go to heaven. I need the good deeds. I need the good reward. So please have a successful marriage. And if your marriage is successful, I get the sanat for that show. That's what I want. Right? And I do the same thing for the kids. Like, if you're a successful kid and I'm helping you out, I'm praying, inshallah, I get some good deeds from that. And be successful, cool, whatever. You're not gonna give me $1 million when you become a millionaire. I wish somebody would, but I'm not that lucky. But I'm doing it for the hasanah, right? And this is why I told Layla I don't do this stuff on my in my uniform or anything like that, because I can't say the things I want to say if I'm in that area, in that like realm of my employment, you know. I don't know, inshallah, that kind of gives you guys some advice or some help with that, inshallah. I know there's a lot of questions you said. Sorry,
Yes,
sorry, but to go on a
that's
tangent.
great. And they're typing away. Here's a sister, one of the